What's going on, everybody? Raging Reaper 1 here, back again, ready for another Black Ops Cold War video, first one of the year for right now. Today we're going to be talking about one of the Tier 1 weapons, in my opinion. It's the Type 63. Now this weapon is deadly, accurate, and one that has no recoil whatsoever, as long as you get the right attachments for it. Now, with it being a two-shotter, it is beating out some of those top tier weapons that you're seeing. Everybody's running the MP5, the M16, or the AUG. Get it while the getting's good right now, because everybody knows those two are going to get nerfed. Type 63, I don't believe it's actually going to get a nerf. It's somewhat balanced and good for medium and long range. Definitely not a close range thing, but at the same time, if you get that laser sight on the side, sometimes you can work it. I definitely had a few moments in the footage I'm about to show you where I was able to get some people close range. But the hipfire definitely inaccurate, and you want to be constantly ADSing, and that's the good thing about the attachments with this weapon. ADS time, you can shorten it down to just near nothing. And the sprint to fire time, you can get that up as well. And this weapon just becomes quick, fast, deadly, and you can just move through the enemy lines and constantly be tagging them down. Now I'm about to roll some footage that shows off the capabilities of the weapons and how lethal it can be. I had back-to-back 50 bomb games. It was just doing excellent during these matches, and this was early on as well, before I got the maxed out version of the weapon. So I'll show you what I used at that time and then what is the best loadout at the end of the video. And watch it all the way through, and if you enjoy the content, obviously hit that link in the description, come follow the Twitch, subscribe, enjoy. I'm on every day. Alright guys, I'll catch you at the end of the video.
Eat this. Hardpoint locked down. Enemy disconnected. Hardpoint identified. Attention to hardpoint. Tagged it. Engaging fire archer. Archer shut down. Hardpoint is secure.
Alright, hold on, buddy.
We've lost the hardpoint. Targeting detected. Hardpoint locked down. Artillery inbound. Hardpoint contested.
Plane standing by.
You got it?
Detecting your spy plane.
Yes.
Hardpoint locked down.
Songs.
Hardpoint contested.
It will be cold. I should put a sock on it.
Hardpoint incoming sentry. Hostile. Enemy spy plane inbound. Confirming kill. Napalm strike inbound.
She is down. Proximity mine neutralized.
Spy plane standing by.
Oh, come on. Good job, Gunner.
Enemy spy plane inbound. Enemy counter
Priority tasking requested. Swordfish forcing out.
We're losing this fight. Hardpoint locked down.
It's a video match.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Spy plane in here.
Hardpoint is secure. We've taken the lead. Hardpoint lost.
Thanks for the work. Spy planes up.
Oh, man.
Lethal out.
There's no celebrating that outcome.
Defeat.
HVA return to base.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
Spy plane standing by.
TACOM. Woods requesting spy plane.
Spy plane established overhead. Transmitting enemy location.
Hunter requesting spy plane.
Spy plane mission timeline halfway check.
Archer released.
Strike Froggy T.
Enemy counter spy
Got
plane
a
inbound.
sock in it.
Sorry guys, spy plane fuel low. We're out of here.
Froggy.
Wasted.
Yeah, nothing.
5-lane fuel check 50%.
Contact with spy plane has been lost.
He's nearly ours. Enemy care package. Enemy spy plane inbound.
Chopper down, let's go.
Search support.
That's video number 2.
Bastards will think twice before they try that again.
0.86. Alright guys, let's go into what the attachments need to be for this weapon to be just about the best you can possibly get it. Now when it comes down to the attachments for the weapon, obviously I'm using Gunfighter just because I want to max out the capabilities of this weapon and have all the benefits I could possibly have for this weapon. Some other people may not want that, maybe they want an SMG or something for a side. I'll show you what to do with that. Now when it comes down to the optic, obviously first one you unlock 2 times. I don't feel like you need anything more than this. Maybe some people, obviously for your personal preference, want something like a red dot or 4 times, but for me the 2 times is the sweet spot. That's all you need. It's the maximum zoom you'll need, and it works in pretty much every situation, even up close. Now you may have noticed that my 2 times looks a little bit different, and that's just because I've unlocked the different reticle for it. The clean living is what I use. It's what I prefer right now. It's just a whole lot better than the first one. The first one's good, but it's just not as pinpoint, in my opinion, as the green. Some people may enjoy the kill shot a little bit better. It's red, but I seem to do pretty well with the green. And I just like the color of it. Now when it comes down to the muzzle, initially in the video all I used was the muzzle brake 7.62, which is the 10% vertical recoil control. But right now I'm using the Spetsnaz compensator, which gives me the plus 25% vertical recoil. I don't use any of the other because it just doesn't give me the max vertical recoil reduction, and I don't really care much for the muzzle flash right now. I believe that'll be something I'll use in Warzone later on down the road, but during core matches I really don't mind being brought up on the radar by my fire. Now when it comes down to the barrel, in the video what I was using was the 18.3 strike team, which is the 9% damage and 15% fire rate. Now as of right now I'm using the 21.5 task force. I'm not sure whether or not it's better than the 18.3 at this time. I still do need to do a little bit more testing because I believe the fire rate actually might improve the gun more than the effective damage rate and bullet velocity, because it feels like in some moments when I'm in a 2v1 the rate of fire could actually help a lot more, or especially if I'm firing down at some kind of sniper, and just to be able to get those shots off quicker and hit him in the head a few times faster just before he's able to aim onto you and pop that trigger. Now when it comes to the body, obviously all I'm going to be using is a steady aim laser, and I'm only using this because I'm using the gunfighter attachment. All of the rest of them, they just do too many negatives for me, and all I really need is the 20% hip fire, just for those odd chances that I may need to do that if you say run around the corner and there's a guy just in your face and you just need to start popping around. Now when it comes to the underbarrel, the front grip is what I've used for the most part. I believe that's what I was using in the video as well. That's all I needed up until the Spetsnaz ergonomic grip, which is 10% vertical recoil and 40% horizontal recoil control, really adding to that no recoil moment, just making it pinpoint. Magazine, again, you don't really need the magazine if you're a person that's looking for something that just use the 5 attachment slot. I just say drop the magazine, drop the body attachment, because really all it does for me is give me 5 more bullets and just max starting ammo. Now when it comes down to the handle, I believe at the time I was using the speed tape or I was using the Spetsnaz field grip. Now the speed tape really works well in the beginning, just getting that aim down sight time a little bit faster, But at a later date, you're going to want to go for the GRU elastic wrap. 30% aim down sight time increase, 90% flinch resistance. Flinch resistance isn't something that's actually necessary or really does much at all. In my opinion, I haven't noticed anything with it, to be honest. But the biggest thing is that 30% aim down sight. And you can aim while going prone if you'd like to do drop shots. I imagine it can work pretty well, but I'm just not that type of player. Now, when it comes to the stock, immediately, as soon as you unlock this, this should be put on the weapon because, without a doubt, when you get this bare bone gun, when you aim down sight and you try to move, it's a snail's pace, and this 20% will really help with the speed of moving around. Now, later on, the Spetsnaz is going to be really good, but the number one that you're going to want later on is the KGB pad because it has the 40% aim walking movement speed and then the plus 30% to sprint to fire, which is going to make you a bit more faster, be able to move around certain areas and get to certain points to hone down and dominate the enemy team. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope this helps you out later on down the road. You'll definitely be getting positive KD and high kill games with this weapon once you start get the attachments for it and constantly leveling it up. It becomes a deadly two-shot weapon. And again, if you enjoyed the gameplay footage, every day I'm on Twitch. Hit that link in the description. Come follow, come view, come subscribe. Just enjoy the good times and the high kill games. Alright guys, have a good one.